The Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro, aka whyred, is the longest Android device I've used, and there is so much insight to share from this phone. Like the fourth screen change I've changed on this phone. To make this video even more interesting, we're going to actually refurbish this phone and change the front camera, put a new tempered glass, and not just that, add a new soft case, a complete new back cover. And I'm also going to share with you 5 things you must know before you buy your new Android phone. So if you're ready, let's go. Okay, welcome back again to Smart Report, and let's get started. If you want to see the process of changing the screen and refurbishing this phone, keep your eye on the screen and also listen, because I'll be sharing alongside 5 things you need to know before you buy yourself a new Android phone. And number 1 on that list is availability of spare parts. That is one of the most things I enjoyed from this phone. You could literally buy the motherboard, the lower charger board, cameras, screen, battery, back covers, fingerprint. Everything can be bought easily online from this phone, even in the local stores. So this is the first thing you have to consider if you're going to spend your bucks on the phone and you're buying, especially these days we have glass front and back. Always have that in mind. So to open the screen, you remove the SIM tray and use your pry tool. There's a space, the line between the frame and the back cover. You pry it until you get an opening, and from there you can open it up. And just a reminder that this old guard has an infrared blaster that you can use for remote control. So this is a 2018 phone, but it is still very, very, very useful, and it has a very, very, very good community around it. And that will bring me to number 2 thing you need to know about an Android phone. Strong development community. This phone has one of the best for it. I mean, SDA developers, 4PDA, Russian forum, Chinese forum, Telegram, everywhere. This phone has it, and you can have. It's currently running the latest Android 11 custom ROM, even though the OEM stop, I think, Android 9 or 10. There is plenty of Gcam everywhere for it. And there is loads and loads of things that you can get from this phone, tweaks and features. So you can lose all the screw for the motherboard and the lower board to bring it out. And then this to remind you that if you watched up to this point and you like a channel, a sub to the channel will be refreshing. So let's go on. So use your hot air gun to just, or even hair dryer, just use it to touch the screen areas where the glue are, to melt the glue to pile out the screen from the frame. So once you do that, then we'll be ready to start adding the new screen and coupling up the new stuff that we bought for the refurbishment. So make sure that you are ready for number 4, because when it comes to Android, there are 3 major processors that are used in Android: the MTK MediaTek, and then the Exynos from Samsung, and also the Snapdragon from Qualcomm. And that's our number 3. When you are getting a phone you intend to use for a long time in Android, try to get the Snapdragon variant, even if you're using a Samsung that makes Exynos. Now the reason is because the Snapdragon have the Adreno GPU. It is the best when it comes to Android gaming, heavy tasks, rendering, video editing. Then there is kernel sources. They release it quickly and on time. And then even Qualcomm themselves supports developer community, like they have CAF sources and forum where you can actually develop and tweak your Android device that is using a Snapdragon processor. That's why you see a lot of Gcam that is using Snapdragon processor and all that. So the first thing you also need to do when you get a new screen is to test it. Now this is very, very critical. I'm going to tighten 1 or 2 screws and test whether the screen can actually come on. And you need to cover it on the video in case if you have to do disputes with where you bought it or online. Number 4 is prompt OS upgrade. Now, this is where I have problem with Techno and Infinix. Check our screen turned on. So you should also test the touch and all that, before you continue, tightening and, coupling back. That's very, very important. And back to the 4th thing that I'm talking about, the OS upgrade. Now, I even actually bought Infinix Android One. I think that's hot too, because of updates, and they really disappointed. They only did one Android update. I think that was from Android 5 to Android 6 Marshmallow. That was the only thing they did then, and I was like disappointed. So the reason is because of things I've said before: kernel sources, OEM support and commitment. Samsung is doing well now when it comes to OS upgrade. So if you're going to consider that, always research to know the OS upgrade that you're going to use. So after gluing the screen, I do normally apply some little weight and allow it to dry very well before I start coupling the screen. So once it's done, it's glued and dry well, because if you rush it, it might actually peel out while you are packing that. Once you do it, then I usually test it again. And back to our number 5, which is the final thing: get the best value for your budget. Now, for every budget, you can always get the best value. So we're also going to test not just our screen, we're going to test our front camera and then check out whether it's working, and then before we start coupling up. So we added the front camera. Okay, make sure you put the camera well into the frame and motherboard, and then tight 1 or 2 screws to test it. Usually I test anything I put before I couple up. So I'm going to tighten the few things that hold the phone, and then put the battery, turn on the phone and test the front camera, and also confirm that everything on the screen is working as expected. Now, this is important. If you have any issue, you can always use the video for your dispute claim and probably get your money back. So back to one thing I didn't say about buying yourself a budget device or getting the best value. You also have to consider future proof. If you are using an Android phone, if you intend to use an Android phone for up to 3-4 years, if you can be that careful to use a phone, then you have to consider the basic things that are future proof. You have to consider USB Type-C for the phone. You have to consider UFS 3.0 or more storage. You have to consider up to 6 gig of RAM and thereabouts. So the front camera is working, and it's sharper than the other one. The old one was filled with debts because of so much broken screen, and I can't clean it up. So popped in a new one, which is about $5, and now we have ourselves a brand new phone. So thank you for watching to this point. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell icon. Let me hear from you in the comment section. And I have one bonus for you. If you're the type that always break your screen, you can get this type of protection for your phone. And until I see you next time, peace. Subscribe. I'll see you.